There we go. All right. Well, everyone, we are doing something a little different on the podcast today. So we have our wonderful guest here, Sarah Padilla, real estate agent extraordinaire, and as well as Eden. Thanks for joining us, Eden. You are Sarah's daughter. and how old are you, Eden?
I'm 9.
Awesome. And so to enjoy an awesome, are you having a good summer?
Yes.
And when I'm gonna embarrass Sarah here a little bit, we were talking about let's have fun on the podcast. You can't just talk about all real estate all the time. And it is National Homeownership Month. June's like a month of everything, but it's National Homeownership Month as well. And about, homeownership is about family, about fun. And so we thought we'd have some fun here. And when I said, hey, Sarah, let's do some cooking, what did she tell me? She said cooking wasn't her forte. So we said we'll do monster milkshakes, and she said Eden is gonna probably destroy it. Do you think you'll do well?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a little fun. So we let's get started on this.
But I would say the thing that I am obsessed with and love and is my strength is I love money and making people money and saving people money, and I'm obsessed with how far can I take that, and then people just love that. They will become, if you can save I haven't seen a client who liked saving $400 more than a guy who had $9 million proof of funds in the bank account. So like every single dollar counts, and that's what I am just passionate about.
I love it. Wait, through. So we wanted to do a little social media dive as we get to know Sarah and the family. Love the pajama pants they're eating. Sporting.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, so tell us. Let's ask Eden first. What was going on in that?
I was helping Mom moving boxes around houses.
So is that something you do often, Sarah?
I pretty much. There are so many different avenues that we go down.
Yeah.
And I just like to connect people. I always tell people, like, if you need anything, reach out to me first.
Yeah.
Because I do have a lot of connections. I work with so many different trades and everything. So I always tell everybody that I talk to and work with that if you need anything, please let me know, because I might be able to help you in different ways. And so that one was, I need boxes, and the seller was out of state, and I had another seller who just moved in, and so I said, can we have your boxes? And she said, sure, I'll have them done by Friday. I picked them up and gave them to the new seller who needed to pack up and move out.
I love it.
And it always just works out. But I just always encourage people to reach out to me if they need anything, because I more than likely will be able to help connect them with the right person, or at least someone who is reputable, who I trust.
Sure. Is the triple win, right? Mm-hmm. It's saying, hey, if we can make people happy, and that actually serves an economic value to then it does feed our families, but then also makes us feel good, right? It's the triple win. If you're just making money alone, it's not.
And it's not fulfilling.
And if it's not with the right people, I love it. Okay, let's do another social media dive on this one. What is going on here?
Oh, that's fun.
That was Barrett, my son Barrett, at a birthday party in Phoenix. We just have some amazing connections and some really fun families. And this neighbor and friend of his took a whole bunch of, I think he was in 5th grade there, 5th graders down to go skydiving, or pretend skydiving. That one was some of my favorite sellers. You kind of fall in love with everybody that you work so closely with people.
Yeah. So
and
much
there's
involved.
like so much on the line that can change their life, literally.
Yeah.
Like these types of home sales, like 100,000 over. That was when things were going crazy, but their timing was just perfect.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I know that home and I know that seller, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
do.
love it. Yes.
But they have been, this seller has who I call rating fans. And so my goal with each transaction is by the end of it, I want you to be a rating fan. And a rating fan is someone you made so much money, they can't stop talking about how grateful they are for you, or save them on the reverse side.
Yeah.
And that is my goal with every single transaction. And they are one of the people I have on my email that whenever I'm introducing myself to somebody new, I say, call this list of people if you have any, if you want to verify any of my credentials.
Yeah.
And those are the best people to have them call, because they're like, we love her.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and you talk about, I mean, that's what I think a lot of folks, it's just crazy, where a lot of people think that, and there's so many different reasons to own a home, right? And there's the social reasons, there's the family and stability and the creativity, and there's all those. And then when we talk, and then circling right back to that financial though, is like, I know that particular family that we're talking about here, that they, there was a stint where they wanted their kids to truly appreciate what they had, so they lived like in basically like a camper or tent, right? And so they just wanted their kids to really appreciate that. And so, in knowing that what that home did for their wealth picture is like crazy. It's crazy how much wealth they, or opportunity that can be generated on the financial side. So it's really everything. Yeah.
And we talked yesterday about all the risks involved as well, but you cannot win and capitalize and play the game unless you're willing to take the risks. So those that do have potential to like change their lives and generations too, because it kind of is this stepping stone. I know so many people who have used the housing market as a stepping stone. To one now who I was close with is, they took a normal entry-level home and then flipped it, I think 3 or 4 times, and now they're up to 2.5 million in their home sale, because they keep turning around that to the next step up. They've used it, and they've been really fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, and one other piece with that too is when folks go on the opposite end of like, okay, well, we don't want to pay the game, we just want to own a home and live in a home. And I have several clients right now that are just really scared in the market and nervous, and it's kind of weird. But that's the thing too, is like, if you're gonna just live in it and own it, like, you're not having to play this game or like manage it like you would like in a like stock market investment. Like, just buy a home and live in it, and in 10 years you'll be fine. Like, don't sell it in 24 months. Don't sell it in 12. But if you're gonna just buy it and live in it, you'll do fine. That's what grandma did, right? That's what, like, look how much equities in like that home. And so it's just, I love it. What would you say in your realm, Sarah, for real estate, and what, you love it? I love that you connect people with other people to talk about you versus just like take it for yourself, right? Let me tell you how great I am. But what would, in a simple like elevator talk, what do you think makes you extra?
I would say my absolute passion for whatever I have committed to do. And I think, I just can't stop. I literally will be up at night brainstorming, like our recent one, of like, how can I make this happen? I literally can't stop until I have exhausted every single avenue to see if I can make it work. I'm just so passionate about that. And there is something that was instilled in me that if I committed to do something, that I just go hard. So I would say that makes me extra special. I'd also say my passion for money, and like that is also probably, man, I just love making people money or saving people money. I love making money along the way. I love to tell people, if I'm winning and you're winning, is that not even better if we're winning together? And everyone, if I can make you 100,000 and I make 10, would you hate me? No. Thank you so much. Please make me 100 grand. Yeah. So
and that one that we just had was so awesome, to where that particular client was a move-up buyer here in Flagstaff. Flagstaff locals, they wanted the dream home, and they'd waited and saved and were patient with it, and they needed the right person to help, team to put this all together. And I can't tell you how much that we see, like subtly, we see it on our end. I'm sure you acknowledge it on your end, where there's just a lot of people when they hit speed bumps, it derails transactions easily, right? And so when you have different things from either, negotiations, price reductions, and ego gets in the way. And so many different times, like on that one, like ego could have played out and they could have said, no, we want to do this, but no, they listened and they got, and basically they are in their dream home right now. We're doing a housewarming party with them this Saturday. I'm super excited. It's going to be wild.
And they're such good people. I get so invested. And I say this all the time, which probably sounds so, like on replay, but I get so obsessed with how good people are and I want like so much for them. They're such good people.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
Such good people.
So that's what like you said, like you work your tail off for it, but I love that. And I see that. Not to oversell you, it's like some people like just let egos get in the way and they say, oh, we'll cancel this one and find the next one. But there's not always the right next one.
No.
We could say that, there's always going to be a next one. Like, sometimes you just need to make things happen.
And that's a skill to develop also, is because we all have egos. And so I would definitely say that is something you always have to be conscious of being really careful about, is not ever letting it get in the way of what's best for someone, ever.
Absolutely.
So that's not always easy.
I love it. Well, Eden, we made a big mess and a bunch of milkshakes.
Who's gonna clean this up? We need Buster.
Exactly.
He would take all this out.